Hi, I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. Today we're going to do a 3-pile pick-a-pile reading. I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So today's question I have is, why do I feel like people don't listen to me? And this is for the healing energy sessions. So if you're here, you might be somebody trying to figure out, why do I feel like people are just not listening to me or not hearing me, or you may be trying to talk to somebody about something, but they're just not getting it. Well, today we're going to try to find out what that is. Okay? Now, I'm not telling you to believe in the tarot or to believe anything I say. What I'm doing is I'm trying to help you to think about yourself. Think about your own life and the things that you've been through, and how you can come up with a solution to heal yourself internally, all by yourself, okay? Without anybody's help. I mean, you may need a little help by doing a little research and asking a few people their opinions, but essentially what I want you to do is to think for yourself and come up with your own solution, because healing yourself is the only way to go. All right? Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you do need a little bit more time to figure out which pile is resonating best with you, then you can pause the video. Oh, I would also like to say, please subscribe, like, comment, and share these videos, because somebody out there might need it. Or you may know somebody who might be dealing with some sort of issue, and you can direct them to the Healing Energy Sessions videos. So to my subscribers, welcome back, and to any new subscribers, welcome to the channel. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. Okay, so this is for those of you who chose pile number 1. And the question was, why do I feel like people don't listen to me? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Okay, we have the frog. And the frog represents emotional healing, cleansing. So you may be going through a little emotional healing, trying to heal your own problems on your own, which is great, because that's why you're here. We're trying to help you do that. I do want to add that these cards or these readings may not resonate, and if they don't, you can just go ahead and stop and fast forward to the end, because there are timestamps. But if they do, just know that you're in charge of your own destiny, and it's you that can find your internal happiness. Okay, so let's find out what's going on here. We have the Two of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the World, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Magician, we have the World, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the World, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas, which 2 of them are actually the World card. All right. Now, it seems that your world is not as what it seems. Oh, you guys, you have 3 World cards here. Okay, correction. So it seems like you are going through a lot of changes. A lot of changes, whoever chose pile number 1. And you're definitely trying to manifest a better world for yourself. Okay? And that's great. Let's see what's going on here. We have the Two of Swords. So you're trying to make a decision. You might want to be sending your emotions out somewhere, sending out a message, or you could be receiving a message of emotions. You are in your head about this, though, because you do have many options. So you could be receiving more than one emotional message, or you might be sending out many emotional messages. It seems you're looking at the past. You're looking at the past of what has been done, what has been experienced, and what you're doing now. You're trying to figure out what led you to where you are and what has brought you to the situations you are in today. I do see the Ten of Pentacles. So you most likely have become financially stable, or if it's not finances, which is not a big deal, you can receive abundance in other ways. You can receive it as emotional abundance, balance, grounding yourself. All of those things are abundance. I also see the Magician. So you're definitely trying to manifest something into your world. It could even be the finances, but it doesn't have to be. It could also just be that you're trying your hardest to ground yourself and you want to meet that ultimate feeling of feeling grounded. And if it's not that, possibly you're wanting to change your world in a certain way, wanting to move away from a certain situation towards something more prosperous for you, something that will give you emotional fulfillment. And we do have the Knight of Cups twice here, so it looks like you are moving towards something that will bring you some sort of emotional fulfillment, or it will bring you a sort of feeling inside of not being so wound up because you're ready to tell somebody or you're ready to receive some kind of emotional message. Now, we have the world over the world, and that is absolutely fantastic. Your world, as we speak, is changing. And when you reach the world card, that is the ultimate fulfillment. Okay? The ultimate. It is a air, earth, fire, water, all the elements here that have been brought together to make your world complete. And the message you're trying to bring forth to somebody, or somebody trying to bring forth to you, is the message of love or emotional fulfillment. Something that will make you feel complete. You could be a male or woman, a man or woman in this spread, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're a man watching this or if you're a woman watching this. But I do see emotional fulfillment, being fulfilled. You're definitely trying to manifest working something out with somebody because you do see that person or they see you as their ultimate world. So if this sounds like you, if this sounds like your situation or similar to it, because remember, you can throw away what fits and you can keep the rest, or you can just throw away all of it and create your own happiness, right? But this is a very happy spread right here. So if this sounds like you, then I'll go ahead and I'll see you at the end and we'll see what the universe has to say about this. I'll be moving on to pile number 2. Okay, so this is for those of you who chose pile number 2. And the question is, why do I feel like people don't listen to me? Let's go ahead and find out. Okay, so we have the steer skull, and this comes out a lot in the healing energy sessions, okay? Because a lot of the things that we're going through are things that we hold in internally, okay? So the steer skull represents silent testimony. So you might be holding in your very own secret that you don't want to share with others, because maybe you feel like others will judge you, or maybe you're just not ready to let out how you feel about a certain situation. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on here, okay? So first we have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Three of Swords, we have Judgment, we have the Chariot, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Queen of Rods, and the Page of Swords. So I do see here we have Judgment and the Chariot card, the two major arcanas. So it seems whatever situation is, you are nervous about being judged, which is why you are sort of keeping this silent testimony. You're wanting to move forward, but possibly you're not sure how quite yet. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning and see what all this means, okay? So we have the Five of Pentacles, all right? So you've been actually put out in the cold, rejected in a certain situation. You may have been passionate in a certain situation, but somebody was spying on you and they found that you were involved in three-party situations, okay? You may also have done this to another. You may have thrown somebody else out in the cold because you were spying about their passions and their three-party situations. You got this message. So you made your judgment. You made a final judgment on this decision, right? And you decided to just move forward, turn your back to this whole thing, because it's just not what you wanted for your life, right? So you decided to work hard on yourself, work on your craft, build your finances, and try to find stability for yourself. Now, in the past, we're dealing with the Knight of Wands, a very passionate person, possibly a person who could not hold in their passions and shared their passions with many. But now we have somebody else coming in, and this person is the King of Cups. And this person is very emotional. This person can be a father, a husband, a boyfriend. It could also be the female aspect, okay? Because we all have male and female energies. But this person doesn't have to be married, doesn't have to be a boyfriend. It could just even be a friend. But I do see somebody is coming in who's holding the energy of the King of Cups. Very emotional person. They might not hold very many emotions on their sleeve or not show much of it, but they are deeply emotional. We also have the Page of Pentacles here. And this is somebody looking back at how their finances have been. Possibly not the greatest, but they're trying to start something new and work on it. Okay? You could also be this King of Cups trying to move forward, trying to start new financial security for yourself. Perhaps you were the Knight of Wands in the past, somebody who was very flighty, had three-party situations. But from your spying and checking, you've seen that not only you were putting people in three-party situations, but they were putting you in three-party situations. And even though you were doing that to them, and they were doing that to you, for some reason you didn't feel right that they were doing that to you. And you know, that's really not fair, because if you're doing that to other people, but you don't want them to do that to you, that's pretty much being selfish, trying to trap people in your own energy. Basically what that is, when you put people in three-party situations and they put you in three-party situations, that's pretty much just called dating. Nobody's really attached to anyone here, right? Anyways, you may have changed your mind about all sorts of things, and now you're becoming a king. And you're wanting to build with somebody special, right? And you're right now at this present time just trying to work on your pentacles, possibly trying to build your finances, trying to ground yourself, because all of these three-party situations in the past became very deceptive, not only for you, but for others, especially others that you actually did care about. I do see here that you're dealing with a Queen of Rods. This is the Queen of Wands. So the King of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And the Queen of Rods is Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. So this could be your opposite water sign, okay? You both could have these signs in your chart, these elements, actually, right? But from what I see here is there was a lot of deception going on in regards to three-party situations, and it really deeply affected the Queen of Rods. Now, we also have the Page of Swords here. Again, it seems that you are wanting to move forward, but you can't seem to move forward for some particular reason. And at this present time, the reason is unknown. Okay, you possibly know, but the cards are not telling us. All we know is that you do want to move in a forward direction with this person, but you're just spying on them right now because you want to make sure that if you do come in, that they're not attached. Also, you don't want to be attached if you are, because you know that the Queen of Rods will place judgment on you. So if this is your energy, or this is your situation, or you feel like it is, then I'll see you at the end where we can get some advice from the universe and some wisdom from Buddha. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay, so here's pile number 3 for those of you who chose pile number 3. And the question was, why do I feel like people don't listen to me? Well, let's find out. Okay, so we have the hawk. And the hawk represents truth seeker, clear vision. So possibly you found out the truth about something. Whatever you were seeking for truth, you found it. And now you have a clear vision of what's going on in your own situation. A clear vision on how to move forward. Because probably in the past you might have had some difficulties doing that. So let's find out what we have here, and we'll see what's going on. Now remember, these cards don't have to resonate, all right? If they don't try to make them fit. You can easily just fast forward to the end, okay? So let's find out what's going on here. We have the Hermit, the Magician, Hierophant, the Lovers, Two of Cups, Strength card, Star card, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, Three of Rods, the Devil, and the Five of Rods. Now this, whoever chose this pile, I would like to say that this is a very impressive pile, and I'll tell you why. Because out of all the cards in the decks that I have, 4 decks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana here. So somebody is possibly going through a major transformation, because the majors are speaking to you. So I'm not going to go through what each card is, because we might as well just go through the whole thing as it is. But we do have 7 major arcanas out of 9 cards that I've chosen. So let's find out what's going on. First of all, we have the Hermit. So you may have really gone within. You may have gone within to try and figure out how the heck you're going to deal with whatever situations you're dealing with, because you do not want to invite outside sources in to make any decisions that you want to make this time around. We also have the Magician. And the Magician is a master manifester, somebody who makes things happen, who can manifest things, because You know, manifestation happens when you are healing, when you understand things, you understand the air, earth, water, fire elements, and the ethers, and you can put them all together to make them work for your own benefit. We also have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant represents holding the key to knowledge, holding the key to your heart, holding the key to all of the things that a person wishes to have to find happiness in their own lives. They are very spiritual, and they can understand the ways of the universe, some of the ways, because we all don't understand all of the ways, but we can get a good idea what's good for ourselves. Now, whatever you have found out involves the lovers, you and a particular other person, a person that you definitely realize is your person. I have the Two of Cups here, and that's two people sharing emotions. Now, I don't really bring this up, but these are showing me some sort of soulmate tie that you have with somebody. It could even be a sort of a twin flame relationship. And twin flame relationships can be very tiresome. They can be hurtful. But they are the lessons that you can learn to help heal yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will join with your twin flame. It could just mean this is a lifetime of learning lessons with that person. Because I believe, in terms of twin flame, that you can't actually join with a twin flame, because a twin flame is there to teach you lessons. But if you go through this relationship with a twin flame and you become the best version of yourself, you actually transform yourself into the ultimate soulmate. So if you can turn yourself into that soulmate, and this other person can turn themselves into that soulmate, that's, I believe, when union will occur. When you become your ultimate perfect self, the perfect mate for the other. Because twin flames just do not get along. But soulmates get along wonderfully. So we do have the Strength card here. So it seems you are having the strength to build yourself, to be that person that you believe will be the person for this lover, right? You're having a lot of hope in this situation, and while you're in this hermit mode, you are hoping for the best outcome. You do realize that you will have to come in with honesty and truth. And being the master manifester you are able to do this. Now, you might feel a tiny bit nervous, because not only is the Ace of Swords new beginnings, a new truthful, honest beginning, it can also be the sword that cuts off a relationship. I don't think that's what you're trying to manifest here. I think you're trying to manifest truth and honesty. Because I feel whatever it is or whoever it is that you're hanging on to, you're actually hanging on to them because that is the person who holds the key to your heart. When it comes to the lovers, they're definitely waiting for the ships to come in, a sign possibly from the universe to tell you it's okay to approach. But it also seems when it comes to you giving your emotions to this person, there could be a sense of devil energy, which is possibly things of addiction or codependency. Now, if you started this relationship, based on addictions, and you've made this person codependent on you, or you on them, that's something that you're going to have to release if you want to come together as soulmates. Because you will remain in this twin flame energy, and you will remain having fights and arguments and disagreements, in not only in yourself, but with them and others. So the best thing for you to do here in this situation, if you want to come into your, person or your mate, you need to cut yourself free of any negative energies that you might be holding. And the strength card here indicates that you can do it. You have the strength to fight whatever it is in your head that's negative. Addictions are all based on mental, negativities, or mental, it's all mental when it comes to addictions. I remember when I was younger and I had gotten pregnant, I was a smoker, I was a heavy smoker. But the day I found out that I was carrying, I did not smoke another cigarette the whole entire time, because I knew that there was something growing inside me and I didn't want to damage the child in any way. And when I did that, I didn't even feel any craving or urge to do it. So it was basically all mental, all in my head. Before I got pregnant, it was all in my head, having me thinking I need that cigarette. But you know what? I didn't. I really didn't. Because once something of importance came up into my life, I cut it off with no problem at all. So whatever addictions or codependencies you may have, it's all mental. And you can cut those things off completely. And that's why it's indicated with this 5 of rods here. It's definitely all mental, and you can definitely cut it off. And you do have the strength to do it. So, if this is your energy, or does this sound like your situation, then I'll see you at the end, because we're going to find some advice from the universe and from Buddha to see, what's going on and how can we solve these problems. Okay? I'll see you there. Okay, so we made it to the end here. Now, you might be wondering, because I kind of gave it some thought myself. You might be wondering, wow, we went through all those readings and I didn't even get any solution there. I think when it comes to the readings, what those actually have to do with this whole situation is, if those readings resonate with you, then you might find your answer here at the end. If they don't resonate, then you can still go to the end, because there's a lot of people who watch these videos. You can still go to the end and you can still apply it to your situation, right? Because I'm not here to give you a definite answer. I'm here to help you to think about yourself, to come up with your own answer, because no answer is absolute, right? Nothing is absolute. A card reading is not absolute. Time changes in an instant, right? Things are ever changing in the universe. The only thing that you can do is change yourself for the better, to find your own happiness, and know that you are worthy of abundance and happiness just like everybody else. And the only reason you're here is because you might be hitting a roadblock in your life and you might need some advice on how you can move forward or what you can do to heal yourself, right? So let's go ahead and find out. These are both pre-shuffled. And we'll find out first from the universe, what do we need to surrender in terms of, why do I feel like people don't listen to me? What is it that we need to surrender, to let go of that feeling? What do we need to let go of to not feel why people don't listen to me? Why do we feel that way? Why must we feel that way? Let's see what we must surrender to get that feeling just out of our consciousness once and for all. So I'm kind of feeling over here somewhere. Okay. All right. I actually look up at the computer screen and I kind of visualize and see which one I want to get. I don't actually look at my hands when I do that. So anyhow, let's go ahead and see what kind of wisdom Buddha has for us in terms of why do I feel like people don't listen to me. Maybe Buddha can have a nice suggestion for us or some really good wisdom about why we're feeling that way and how we can get out of that feeling. Okay. Wisdom from Buddha. Okie doke. I'll just put these aside. And I do have the book, the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power book on the side here because I love that book because it's nice. It has nice things to say in there and it gets us to think about stuff, you know, because not everything I see intuitively is going to, you know, exactly match up with the book. And I'm sure the book absolutely does have cool knowledge in there. And then I can elaborate on that in case some of you guys might not understand, and I can put it in more simpler terms, you know, not saying that you guys don't understand, but just a better explanation, you know? All right, so let's find out what we need to surrender. Okay, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. So what I'm thinking here, what this means, is perhaps you do feel like people, you know, don't listen to you or don't pay attention to you, but in actuality, they are. They're definitely listening to you. Now, this kind of feeling could stem from childhood traumas. Perhaps in the past, you have wanted to possibly tell your parents about something that has happened to you, and maybe they're not believing you, right? You could have told them over and over again, showed them some kind of proof, and they are just in so much doubt about what you've said. Or maybe they just don't want to listen to you. They feel, oh, you know, a child should be seen and not heard. A lot of us have grown up that way, okay? And it's not their fault, it's not your fault. It's just, you know, generational timeline. This is something they've learned, right? Whatever they learned in their past, they're carrying it on to this present. Possibly you were the one chosen to actually break that chain. And if you are, feel honored because I think you can do it. So surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. People are listening to you. You just have that strange feeling deep, deep, deep down inside that they're not. And there are ways to get rid of this internal feeling. You can listen to meditations, you can meditate, you can put in your head that people do listen. People do listen. You know, there's a funny, I mean, it's not that funny because I did it. There's a meditation because when I was having issues on loving myself, I had found this meditation and it was called I Love Myself Meditation. And so I started listening to it and I swear you guys, it's I love myself. I love myself, just over and over and over for like 3 hours. You know, eventually you fall asleep to it, but your subconscious is still listening. And I swear that did do something to me. And I listened to it for a couple times. I even showed it to my friend and we were just giggling about it, you know, and I made him listen to it too. And I think it might have done something for him too. And you know, for the life of me, I just could not find that video. And then boom, like 2 or 3 days ago, it popped up and I saved it. So, I mean, I can put it in the drop down below if you guys are interested. You might giggle about it a little bit, but hey, you know what? Give it a try because, you know, even though it might make you giggle because you hear this person saying it over and over and over again, you're going to fall asleep to it and your subconscious is going to take that information in and it's going to ingrain it into the subconscious that, hey, I love myself, right? And this is for those of you who have that problem, you know. This is not the video for that because we're wondering why people don't listen to us. In actuality, they really do. But you might find that video that says, people do listen to me, or people do care, whatever. You know what? You can even make your own All you got to do is you got to have maybe a phone and a computer. You put on some megahertz sounds, you know, something that relates to your issue, and then you whisper into the microphone, people do listen to me. People do love me. Whatever it is that you want to know for yourself, you can just keep repeating that over and over. You can repeat it, you know, for like 10 minutes, different things. And then you can listen to that every day if you can't seem to find the meditation that's right for you. Let me read the card because, you know, I see that I'm kind of, you know, going on a tangent here. So it says, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. Totally, right? So there might be a lot of things about yourself, including people not listening to you, that you just have ingrained in your mind. You know, you feel like they're not listening to you, you feel like they don't love you, whatever it is. That feeling is something that was put into your subconscious from the past. It doesn't have to even be childhood. It could be from a traumatic event, perhaps a relationship you were in. Maybe you had a wonderful family upbringing, but then you hit that one relationship that turned you for a whirl, and it just turned your whole world upside down, and it brought you back down to whatever it is in the past that you know, just didn't want to deal with, right? And you carried it all the way up until today. You have to come back into your own power again. You got to know how to release those past traumas. And, you know, mindful meditation, I'm telling you, you can make your own if you can't find one that suits you. You can totally make one of your own. It might take a couple tries because, you know, it might, you know, something might sound louder than the other, like the music or your voice or something, because I've tried making them for myself and it's like, whoa, that background music is crazy. So I've had to do it a couple times, but I've made my own to help me to deal with whatever it is that I'm dealing with, you know. You know, unfortunately, when I put out these videos, I can't watch them right away because I might remember what the piles are. So I have to like let some time pass before I come back to the video if I do want to refer to them. So I can come back to a video that I don't remember what the piles are. And then I can pick my own pile and then hear the message about everything up until the end. So you guys got it easier. You're a little bit luckier because I'm putting it out. You don't know what it is. I have to kind of wait until I forget what those piles are. But, you know, it comes along and I do come back and I do refer to them myself because I'm not only trying to heal you guys and have you guys find your own answers to your own situations, I'm trying to heal myself. We're all on a healing journey, and we will always be on a healing journey until we pass from this life to the next, right? We all have to heal. Healing is a lifelong journey. The best thing that can happen to you, though, is finding possibly a mate or a person that needs healing who agrees to heal with you, and you guys can heal together. And that will just bring you guys so much closer together. So surrender outdated beliefs about yourself, all right? And I gave you a few tips on how you can do that, but it's up to you to see if you really want to do that, or you can just find other people's opinions of how they dealt with their own traumas, okay? Because everyone's different. So let's go ahead and see what kind of wisdom Buddha has. All right. Para, the ancient tantric mother goddess, origin of all goddesses. Mother energy pours forth life. So you could be dealing with somebody who is a mother. You could be a mother. You could have gotten trauma from a mother from childhood, or you could be just going through something right now with your mother. But I do feel that mother's energy does pour forth life. And if you're in separation with your mother or you're not having good communications, I have a feeling that 2020 will bring you back in alignment with your mother. And hopefully you can put past things behind you because, as I've said, you know, if things were passed down to you from your mother making you feel a certain way, Somebody made your mother feel that way, and that's why she passed it to you. And it's just your job in this lifetime to try to break that chain for future children that you might have or be involved with, right? Let's go ahead and find out what the book says, because I love the book. And this is card number 4. Okay, you could be a life path number 4. You could be born on the 4th month. You could be born on the 4th day. You can start your healing now and be healed in certain situations the 4th day of the year of of January, or the 4th day of any of the years of 2020, right? This number can resonate all over the place. So we have Para, the ancient tantric mother goddess, origin of all goddesses. Para nourishes the universe by pouring forth the nectar of life. She is the hidden energy, the luminous white light, the original creator, observer, and destroyer, presiding over the destruction and transformation of the universe. Her Sanskrit name is Supreme, as she is the highest manifestation of a goddess and the ancient source of any other goddesses. Sarasvati is her non-tantric equivalent. Out of nothing, glowing in a dark grove of kadamba trees, she begins to appear dressed in spotless white linen and wearing many jewels made of pearl and crystal. Her celestial beauty is so blinding that it is difficult to even look at her. Her face contains the radiance of 1,000,000 stars, and the moon rests in her crown. She holds the book of all wisdom and a crystal mala, a counterpart to the Christian rosary, for counting her mantras between thumb and index finger, held in the gesture of knowledge. Okay, so I'm sorry, I looked at the card after I read that. That's why I kind of got thrown off. Okay, yeah, I see how she's sitting. Okay, interesting. Para bestows enlightenment, the defeat of death, and the granting of eloquence and knowledge. She is the very essence of wisdom. And you know, I never noticed this before, but there's a little annotation here at the end. This is the first time that I have really noticed that. So let me see if I can find that. I'm not sure if, oh, okay, you know what it is. It's just the, actually the references, I guess. Okay, I get it. All right. So, yeah, you know, she is the mother goddess. She is the one that, you know, she brings wisdom to everyone around her. Okay? So, for example, if you've had some differences with your mother, right? Maybe in the past your mother did not listen to you about certain situations, but maybe someone did that to her, and now you're realizing, oh, this is why I've been treated a certain way or some sort of type of way, is because somebody actually did that to my own mother. And she subconsciously or unconsciously passed that along to me, and she probably didn't even realize that she was doing it. And this is where forgiveness is at play. She might have made you mad or pissed off in the past about whatever's happened. And I could see that. But now that you might realize what has happened here, maybe forgiveness is in order. You don't need to go to her and say, forgive me or anything, because she might not even get it, depending on her age, you know, because when people age, you know, they're kind of set in their ways, and you can't change anyone anyways. Only person you can change is yourself. So possibly you can find forgiveness in yourself for possibly maybe being mad at mom, disagreeing with her because of this past things that you feel that she's done to you. But it's almost, you know, just think about it. She's probably been through the same thing you have, but you have become enlightened. Something has happened in your life to bring you to the conclusions to find out, oh my gosh, this is why this happened. That light bulb went on up. And, or you had that epiphany or something came to you to tell you, oh my gosh, now I know what's going on. That's the enlightenment. Enlightenment isn't always like, oh, I'm aware of life around. No, to me, my own personal opinion, enlightenment is discovering yourself, finding out why past traumas have happened and how you can overcome them. And once you overcome them, that's when you're enlightened. But only in that certain situation. I'm sure there's hundreds of other situations we all have to go through. So being an enlightened person may not appear to be what you think. When you're enlightened, it's because you've actually learned something about yourself and you began or have been able to heal yourself from that situation, and you finally understand why things happened or why they went the way they did. And that's when you're enlightened in that particular, situation. So hopefully this rang a bell to somebody, triggered something in your mind, triggered something to help you to go seek out further opinions, further knowledge, go through books, do mindful meditation. You can even meditate without sound at all, because sometimes we just need that silence, and then you can just focus on your breath. And when you do that, you can think in your mind, you can think and picture, because our subconscious records things better visually. You can think about situations, and you can ask, possibly, maybe you're in a classroom and you can write the question on a chalkboard in your mind, saying, please bring me the answers. You can also be in private and you can write these things in journal, right? Perhaps, turn off the phone, the music, whatever's around you. Maybe go out into nature, because nature brings energy and you could be receiving some sort of energy or energetic solution to what you're thinking about. And when you're thinking and you're writing that question, picture yourself, take that deep breath for the moment, breathe in the energy of Mother Nature, right? Because she is also Mother. And ask for the truth, ask for the answer, right? Write this in your journal. And if you feel like you're because I would feel like, oh my God, I feel like that's not enough, because I didn't really get that meditation in. That's when I would go back to my car, go back to my house, wherever I'm at, where I can just sit and relax in silence, where I can close my eyes and review what I just wrote and try to ask, please send me the truth. Please provide me with the answer I need to move forward. This is just one opinion. These are just my opinions. But I totally suggest that you do things on your own, because one opinion is not absolute. I don't know everything. No one knows everything. But everything is something. Getting opinions from others can be combined into your own situation, and that can definitely bring you answers that you seek. Right? So I'm going to end it right there. All right. Now, please share these videos, because somebody out there might be having an issue with themselves from past trauma. And, by you sharing this, it definitely will help others to heal, you know? You don't have to say, oh, this person, they have, your solution. No, I don't have your solution. You have your solution, but I can help you try to find that solution for yourself, to think for yourself without going, to one particular person. You might know one person that you always go for your solutions for, and darn, half the things that are coming out, or half these opinions are bringing you to a negative vibrational energy in your life. This is why you must go to many, so you can compare, because not everyone is there for your best interest. Some people like to see others fail, and they will give you a negative response. This is why you must go to a multitude of places to find answers, from people, Mother Nature, go within, silence and meditation, and from books, even from YouTube videos. You can watch YouTube videos in regards to personal healing, and then you can combine them all, and then you'll figure out what's best for you. You might actually get that answer from the universe that you wanted, because you have placed knowledge in your mind. Because knowledge is definitely power. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to let you go. I'm sending out knowledge, energy, right? Because you need it. We all need it. I need it. Send it back if you got any. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. My name is Mona. This is Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Bye.